Hey, Big Brother fanatics, let's dive into this week's absolutely bonkers gameplay in the BB26 house. We have the results of the veto meeting under Cedric's HOH, and man, was it a wild one, with the veto Tucker won being used in a very bizarre way. And hey, please click subscribe if you haven't already. And now let's dive into this messy outcome that blindsided the BB26 house and may do the same for fans. Imagine a house where logic has left the building or perhaps never dwelled there. Strategy is a foreign concept and players are making moves so wild, so unpredictable. It's almost like they're trying to lose. From Angela's attacks to Kenny's constant talk about quitting, it's just insanity every day. And that's where we are as we're in week 3 of Big Brother 26, where the gameplay is about as unpredictable as a tornado in a trailer park. And in case you missed our POV comp video, here's just a quick update. Cedric won the HOH, as you should have seen if you watched Wednesday's episode, if you're a casual who doesn't watch the feeds. And he nominated Kenny and Angela, knowing the house would be happy to see her out and that Kenny actually wants to leave. And then Tucker was tossed onto the block as well because he volunteered to go up as a pawn. Then on Saturday, they played the Power of Veto comp with Leah and Makensy rounding out the 6 players for this critical competition, and Tucker won it. He is turning into quite the comp beast under Chelsea and Cedric's HOH reigns. Now, you would think with Tucker winning the veto when he is on the block, it's a no-brainer outcome, right? Use it, save himself, and force Cedric to name a replacement nominee. I mean, heck, the HOH already had a few names in mind, ready to pull the trigger on it. But our boy Tucker decided to swerve, and in a move that's leaving fans scratching their heads, he decided to use the veto, but not on himself. He did use it, though. He told Cedric that he's okay facing the AI arena again, certain that he can win it. This Tucker decision is giving us some serious Marcellus Reynolds flashbacks. For those who need a refresher, back in Big Brother Season 3, Marcellus won the Golden Power Veto while on the block. And in a moment that still haunts BB history, he chose not to use it, believing he was safe. Spoiler alert, he was not safe. Marcellus was evicted that very same night in what many consider one of the worst house guest moves ever in the Big Brother house. But hold on to your hat, folks, because there's a twist to this tale. And Tucker may need to tell him to hold his beer because his move seems crazy. Also, don't forget about Evil Dick from season 8. Dick chose not to use the POV to save himself at one point, and guess what? He ended up winning the whole season. So it could go either way. Maybe, just maybe, there's a method to Tucker's madness, or maybe not. So here's where Tucker's gameplay gets really wild. He's so cocky. He seems to think he can win every comp that comes his way, but we all know that's not how Big Brother works. Many of these competitions are based on luck or memory and not just physical prowess or puzzle-solving ability. I mean, if you need any proof, just look at how Angela snagged her HOH win in week 1. It was not through brute strength, any sort of skill. It was pretty much sheer luck and a little bit of quick thinking. Tucker seems to have forgotten that Big Brother is a game of strategy, social maneuvering, and sometimes just good fortune, you know, the stars aligning for you. His overconfidence in his physical abilities and problem-solving abilities may be his downfall. You know, you can't muscle your way through a memory comp or brute force your way in a luck-based challenge. So with HOH Cedric watching, as well as the other house guests at Monday's veto meeting, instead of saving himself, Tucker used the veto on, wait for it, Angela. Yes, Tucker took Angela off the block, and he tried to convince HOH Cedric to put up Quinn as the renom. Even though Cedric and several other allies know about Quinn's upgrade advantage and directly ask him about it, he didn't come clean. They haven't confronted him and told him they know, but they were trying to prod him to come clean, and he didn't. But that was not enough to convince Cedric to put his Pentagon ally on the block. And as a matter of fact, Quinn is in 2 alliances with Cedric, the Pentagon and the Collective. So Tucker was lobbying for Quinn to go on the block, was a huge fail. It did not go well. So what did Cedric do instead? Well, he stuck to one of his original plans he'd been considering. He put Makensy as the replacement nominee, knowing she can just pull herself down with her America's veto power. And in true Big Brother 26 fashion, she was flip-flopping on whether to use it, even though she only has 1 week left. And then she finally did use it, but it's like watching a ping pong match of indecision. So we're heading into Thursday's live eviction with Tucker and Kenny on the block. Because Tucker took down Angela and then replacement nom Makensy used her power to take herself down, we have 2 house guests on the block and we need a third, and America gets to vote to choose who is going to be the third to go into the AI arena with Kenny and Tucker. So I'm figuring on Wednesday's episode, we're going to see the POV comp and the meeting with Tucker using it, and then Makensy going up and using hers. And then at the end of this midweek episode, we should get instructions on how to vote for America's Choice renomination with a very short polling window, because the results have to be in well before Thursday's live eviction episode. Let me tell you, if you're curious, the unofficial polls are buzzing with a very interesting result. It looks like America may be hungry for some drama, because early results show that most viewers taking these polls want to see Quinn up on the chopping block next to Kenny and Tucker. I mean, can you imagine? If this plays out, Tucker may get what he wanted, to see Quinn nominated, but it's not going to help flesh his power. He can't use it anyway. And, this is all coming through a twist that Tucker didn't see coming, who remained certain for quite some time that Lisa had that other power. He just doesn't seem to let stuff soak in. Remember, though, these are early polls, and in the Big Brother house and in America's Vote, anything can happen. We've seen last-minute swings before with just a few hours to vote, so it's anyone's game. Will America stick with Quinn, or will we see a surprise last-minute push for somebody else to go on the block? And even if it is Quinn up there, will the house guests grant Kenny's wish to go home if he's one of the final 2 nominees? Or will they punish Comp Beast Tucker for being dumb enough to stay on the block? Or if Quinn's still around, maybe they'll punish him for keeping his upgrade secret. It's all down to the AI arena once again. But this week of Big Brother is so crazy, it makes Zingbot look like the voice of reason. So stay tuned for all the latest BB26 updates. And remember, as always in the Big Brother house, expect the unexpected, and given what Tucker is doing, expect the downright delusional. We'll see how it goes and whether Cedric gets somebody that everybody wants out, or if it's going to be a cop-out with Kenny. We'll see. Until next time, keep watching, and may the best player, or the luckiest, or just somebody win. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button if you're not following us already.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.